Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Janel Burgess Show. I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State women's basketball coach Janel Burgess. Coach, you had a 1-1 week last week. We started off at Northwood on Wednesday night, and things were looking good up until late in the game. You had a 55-48 lead with about 5 minutes left, and then Northwood just went on a big run at the end, an 18-4 run to kind of close it out, and they were able to hold you off 66-59. There's a couple shots there by Northwood late. They banked in a three-pointer. You could tell the momentum was kind of switching their way. What happened late in the game? Talk about your performance a little bit.
I think it's just once what we have talked about similarly throughout the season is completion of an opportunity or completing of a game. We have shown ourselves to be very, very strong through segments of a game. And then we show a short window to where we can lose focus on, where that ball needs to be put in people's hands on the offensive end, or most importantly, getting the defensive stops. I mean, you're up by 6 points with 4:01 left in the game at Northwood. Right. There is no doubt in your mind you are in control of the game. There's two things you probably can't give up: fouling and putting them on the free throw line and stopping the clock, or a three-point shot. And we did both of those circumstances down the stretch. And unfortunately, we have to learn lessons, and I think that's what life is all about, is learning difficult lessons and understanding that you have to go through adversity sometimes to be able to get to the sunshine at the other end of the spectrum.
You were able to come back after the loss, and you had Rochester on Saturday. It broke up about an 11-day stretch where you wouldn't have played any games. So you played Rochester. You went 79-45. You were pretty much in control the whole game. You led 39-14 at halftime, shot 53% from the game. Alex Stelfox poured in 21 points. Breonna Taylor came off the bench with 15. Talk about the win over Rochester on Saturday.
I thought our focus points were all at the right spot. We were focused on playing as a collective unit. You look, I think we had 20 assists, which is the high of the season as well. Ball was moving. But most importantly, we were also contesting shots and finishing possessions. I believe, if I can remember correctly, Rochester shot under 30% for the game, and we took care of the ball as well. We had only 13 turnovers, which is also very important for us. I mean, some of our growing pains that we have been going through is a lack of finishing possessions on the defensive end, taking care of the ball on the offensive end, and, being able to seal up a deal. And I thought we did a good job of staying focused from the beginning to the end of what we needed to do.
One of your players that had a big week for you last week was Jasmine Padeen. At Northwood on Wednesday, she had 15 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, nearing a triple-double for someone of her stature. But she averaged 11.5 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. So she shot the ball well. She's distributing, and she rebounded the ball well for being only, 5'2". That's what we list her in the media guide as. But she's played really well recently and has kind of been a distributor and is getting the shots in the flow of the offense.
I think we know that Jasmine wants to be a scorer, but I think we're seeing her being able to be a defensive gnat, but also finishing possessions. She's had some big rebounds for us on the defensive end, and then being able to distribute the ball accordingly on the offensive end. And as she continues to do what she's expected of her, I know that the rest of the team will continue to pull up and own up into their own responsibilities, and our season will come together.
Talk about the week ahead for you now. You'll have an 8-day stretch here where you won't play. And your kids have finals. There's a lot of stress and pressure going on there. You want your kids to, pass your classes and then worry about basketball. How do you deal with practice and figuring out a schedule where you can all be together at the same time and kind of give them some relief from their schoolwork?
I think the staff does a good job of, obviously, we get the final schedules together. We understand that no matter what, you'll take at least 2 days off this week. One day will be very mindless. On Monday, we'll actually just lift and do some shooting stuff. So very mindless, just get the body moving, get those endorphins going that we always talk about. This is important to do, especially when you got an academic stress level. And then we'll get back at it consistently on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then obviously play Sunday and Monday. Okay.
Then you have Northern Michigan coming in on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Then a little more than a day later, you have Michigan Tech at 5 o'clock on Monday. Northern Michigan, always scrappy, always a good team, tough team to play. And then Michigan Tech, of course, comes in, and they're 3-0 in the year. So it'll be a tough 2-day stretch for you. Talk about the weekend ahead.
I don't know what the weekend ahead looks like exactly in the sense of what they're doing personnel-wise. I do know, obviously, Troy's always got them playing great defense. They usually use a lot of ball screens on their offenses, and they usually have a pretty balanced inside-outside attack. And then you go to Tech, you know that they're going to be able to shoot the three ball very well. They will have a low post presence very well, and they obviously play very good containment defense. So, we'll get back at what we need to do first of all, evaluate what, things we need to continue to improve on, really focus on taking care of the ball, playing defense, and worry about ourselves and understand we have 2 great opponents that are coming in. It's no different than any other week in the GLIAC. Welcome to the GLIAC.
Exactly. Well, we wish you the best of luck next weekend, I guess we should say, or of this upcoming weekend, and best of luck with both those games, and have a good week.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching the Janel Burgess Show here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.